So, you're looking for a new skid steer, and you're wondering what are the differences between the Kubota SVL97 and the SVL110? Well, today I'm going to go over those differences. Hey guys, Zach here from Kubota of Lynchburg, and today I wanted to go over the SVL97-3 and the new Kubota SVL110-3. So these are two of the largest skid steers that Kubota produces. So for years they've had an SVL90, 95, and then the 97, which have all basically been the same machine, just a little bit different in emissions, which is this machine right here. And just in 2026 did Kubota release the SVL110. Which physically, as far as the frame and tracks and everything go, is the identical machine. So if you look at them, now I've added some extra features to this one, but if you look at them physically, the size of the machines is identical. Now they do have some very important differences. So they both have DEF fluid, which sucks because they're both over 75 horsepower, but it is what it is when you get to this side machine. So they're gonna have DEF fluid. They're both diesels. Now the 110 is about 112 horsepower. And the 97 is a 97 horsepower. So you do have a large amount of not only horsepower, but torque difference. So the bogging down, being under load and kind of bogging down on it, the extra pressure, the little bit of extra speed that you get from a little bit more horsepower, the 110 is going to give you that extra performance, where the 97 is just the way that it's been for a long time. The other big difference that people are going to see right away is going to be, or maybe not see, just know the specs, is going to be your hydraulic flow. So you both have, the 110 actually only comes in a high flow model option. The 97 you can get high flow or standard flow, but this is really, the 110 is what's considered a mulching machine. It is designed for running high flow implements. Mulchers, trenchers, asphalt grinders, cold planers, or a heavy bush hog. That's what the 110 is designed for, because it has the higher horsepower. It also has a 45 gallon per minute flow, whereas the SVL97 has a 41.2. So it's only realistically about a 10% difference in flow. Not a big deal between the two, honestly, but it helps you put out a little bit more pressure. What's a little bit cooler about this system is if you come around here, you're gonna see this little sticker that says APS and KSR. Now KSR, that's the easy one to explain. That's been out for decades with Kubota. It's called a Kubota shockless ride. Basically that means that it takes a lot of the bounce and shock out of your front loader arm. So when you're carrying something heavy, like a mulcher on the front, it takes the bounce and that shock out of your ride. It's a much smoother ride, less damaging to the machine, and makes using heavy implements like mulchers or trenchers or cold planers a lot easier. Now the fun thing that is brand new for this SVL110 is this APS. This auxiliary performance system. Now, I don't know all the ins and details of how they made it work, but basically what it does is it takes this higher horsepower engine and higher gallon per minute flow, and it is going to, basically like a fuel injected engine, it's going to sense what flow and pressure requirements are coming from the auxiliary system, and it's going to keep the engine at full RPMs. So where you would normally bog down with a machine, let's say you're mulching a really heavy tree with an SVL97 and it bogs down, well, that's not going to happen nearly as easy with this machine because it's sensing the auxiliaries. It's a performance system that keeps the auxiliary pressure going while keeping the engine RPMs the same or higher to increase it. This is the real reason that this is going to be a better mulching machine than an SVL97. Now, if all you're doing is lifting pallet forks, using pallet forks to lift pallets, using the bucket to move mulch, manure, whatever it ends up being, well, you do get a little bit more lift capacity of this machine. It does technically weigh 400 pounds more. Now you say, Zach, you said it's the same frame and everything. It is, it's the exact same frame. The reason it has 400 pounds more is either extra weights on the back, or in my case, I have this extra really heavy guard on the back of this machine. I'll show you guys in a minute. That adds that extra 400 pounds. So being the weight on the back end, adding that extra 400 pounds means you have an increased lift capacity. So you go from 3,450 pounds of lift capacity. Now that's at 35% ROC, rated operating capacity. So it'll lift up a ton more than that, but 35% is kind of what the industry standard. So 3,450 pounds to 3,700 pounds. So you have 250 pounds more. Realistically, if you rate it all the way out for picking something heavy off the ground, you could probably pick up over 1,000 pounds more with this machine than the 97, just because that extra counterweight on the back. You have a little bit better hydraulic system to it as well. We can talk about the inside of the cab next. They are the same interiors, but you have some really nice features on both of them compared to a lot of other brands or even some of my smaller skid steers. You've got an air ride seat here that you can basically let the air in, out, or bring it up, and that is about super comfy. So you combine that with the shockless ride system that's on here, and you're gonna have one of the most comfortable operator experiences in the market. You got a ton of room. I'm not a small guy, I'm not a massive guy, about 200 pounds, 5'11". I have a ton of headroom, a ton of room to work with. This is what Kubota is known for, is their comfort, their wide operator station room. Now this is basically a factory sealed cab, 90% factory seal cab, and that means the air condition, the heat, everything in here kicks on and runs really quick. You've got a nice 7-inch LCD display screen where you can sense everything. And one of the other differences between this machine, the SVL110 and the SVL97, is this machine actually has a creep mode that can be activated with your left button here. So this is normally called travel speed, so you can choose between high or low. That's standard. Almost all skid steers have a 2-speed travel system. It's worked great. Now these machines also have like auto idling. They have a 3-speed mode, you can choose it. They have track response, all these really nice fancy features that are out there on the internet to research that make it, again, very operating. But this has an creep mode. So if you're running that mulching header, that trencher, and you don't want to be jerking around and you want to very slowly be backing up, but not have to be super attentive to it, you can hold this trigger down and it's going to turn on a creep mode like a tractor would to move at a very, very slow speed consistently. Again, one of those things that just makes this a great mulching or heavy implement, heavy attachment machine. Now, other than that, this and the SVL97 are basically the same machines. Great display, good controls, great air condition, hydraulic attach and everything like that for the front. Now, on my SVL110 standard put guards on it. Again, as a mulching machine, I do things like I put a nice auxiliary couple guards. Anybody who's run a skid steer knows it's very easy to damage these things. So we have this heavy steel plate from Kubota that goes over and protects it. So when that branch falls down and hits it, you don't have to replace a $213 auxiliary couple right there and lose all your hydraulic fluid and then be out hundreds of dollars because oops. You can put this on any of the machines, including the 97. That one does not have it. It's got it towards the back, but this extra factory one that extends all the way along is really nice. If you're mulching, or honestly, if you ever run a skid steer, you know at some point you're gonna back into things. So we put this really nice heavy brush guard on the back. You run into anything, it ain't gonna hurt it. It's got rubber shockers to it. And the nice thing is it's smooth and easy. I pull one pin, and it swings right open. Don't have to use a ton of effort or muscle or anything, swings open. And then this is probably one of the best features they did on the SVL110. I think this is the last difference I'm gonna go over versus this in the 97. This opens up just like every other skid steer. You can pop this up if you want to get to that. Best part about this machine for an operator is for maintenance. I can push this little unlock latch. I can pull this. They even have a little rubber handle on here, and check this out, guys. The radiator just swings wide open. Look at the visibility. Look how easily you can get to your service and maintenance parts on it. Now I know there's a way to lock this thing open. There we go. So this locks open. Now you can clean out your radiator, you can check your coolant levels, you can change your air filter, you can clean out the debris in the bottom, you can change your fan belt. Get to your battery. This is a world better than the 97-3. So if you guys look at this one, okay, the door opens the same way. It's technically the exact same door. They all have the nice protective rear view camera on it. That's standard, and that is a wide view rear view camera, so it opens and has great visibility. There's no handle. There's no way for me to open it up. You have the drop pin here to lock it when you open it, but you actually have to take out 2 bolts, so you have to have an impact, and you've got to take out 2 bolts for this to be able to swing open. So for me to service it, I can't do that without tools. I need to have tools with me in the field. So that is one of the big upgrades from the 110 to the 97. Now price point, guys, you might ask the price point. Difference, it's a decent amount. For those upgrades, the performance system, for the basically the door on the back, that higher engine, higher gallon per minute, that auxiliary system to it, it's a price jump. But if you're mulching, trenching, that price jump, the serviceability of it, the extra weight, the extra lift capacity might be a big difference. I'm not going to tell you the price difference right now because one, I don't know it. I didn't look that up before filming this video. And two, it's going to depend on how your dealership specs it out. So I have all these guards. So you have LEDs front and rear on these machines. If you look, you've got 4 LEDs, right? Front and rear cube lights are awesome. I've put guards on mine, front and rear, again, when you're running into branches. I've put this, I've put the auxiliary couple guards, cylinder guards, all those kind of goodies. That adds to the price, but down the road, it's gonna save you so much money because you're not damaging everything. So 97, great machine, no issues, has been solid and reliable for forever, but it has, this SVL110 has some upgrades, some really nice features that depending on your job and what you're looking for, might be worth looking into. So if I missed anything, you guys let me know. Well, machine weight, 12,400 pounds versus like 11,900 pounds. I think I told you like it's 400 pounds difference. I think I went over all the other specs. So if you have any questions, let me know.